More news coming in. Let's take a look. This is exclusive. An intelligence briefing. Indian Army identifying key terror launchpads and camps across PoK. Following the Pahalgam terror attack, Indian security forces have zeroed in on specific terror launchpads and training camps situated across Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Well, as per intelligence inputs, these facilities have been under close surveillance by Indian agencies for months together. A comprehensive briefing was shared by the Indian Army with Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, including operational options and strategic recommendations. I'm going to go straight across to my colleague Ashraf for more details on that story. The forces now zeroing in on the launch pads at PoK. What more details can you share with us, Ashraf, at this point in time?
Saniha, currently there are two operations, major operations going on against the terrorists, one in the Kashmir Valley, another in the Jammu region. Yesterday evening, encounter started because the operations had been intensified by the security forces across Jammu and Kashmir after the Pahalgam terror attack. In one of the encounters which is going on currently in the Kulgam area of South Kashmir, a top TRF commander is trapped in that encounter. It is in the forested area that is underway. And meanwhile, early in the morning today, there was an information with the security forces in the Jammu region, where in Udhampur district, another encounter with the heavily armored Jaish terrorists is underway. And the third operation is on way, where the launching pads on the line of control across the Jammu and Kashmir had been identified, where mostly these infiltrations during last many months took place, and it is believed that probably those launching pads will be targeted by the Indian Army in the operations when they will get go ahead from the Government of India, from the Ministry of Defense. But the indications given yesterday by Defense Minister himself during a function of Air Force that very soon they are going to act against the terrorism, that has clearly given a signal that probably Indian Army is preparing for a major operation against the launching pads on the line of control, from where these Pakistani militants infiltrate, from where they are being supported by the Pakistani army, and from where their arms are being supplied to them. During the last many months, the modus operandi for the terrorism in the Jammu Kashmir has been changed by the Pakistan and their intelligence agency ISI. Drones are being used to drop the weapons in different parts of the Punjab as well as in the Jammu and Kashmir, the isolated places, because our viewers should know that the line of control with the Pakistan is in different topographies. Somewhere they are peaks which cannot be guarded 24/7. There is a perception that some mountains belong to the PoK or Pakistan, and the LOC crosses through different parts of the Jammu and Kashmir, where there are water bodies, there are rivers, there are mountains. So these tracks could not be manned and guarded around the clock. Already in 2006, the fence was installed, which took almost a decade to completely fence line of control. But still, at the most places, this fence between India and Pakistan gets damaged due to heavy snowfalls and avalanches in the winter. Then in the early spring, again these fences are being rectified. But meanwhile, the terrorists are opting for different options. Like I told you, that one of the recent what we have seen, that even drones are being used by the Pakistani terror groups to transport the weapons from Pakistan to Indian territory, in fact in Jammu and Kashmir. So these launching pads, which are in the mind of the Indian Army, because they are eye-to-eye contact on the line of control. You may remember in few days back there was a major operation against the infiltration in the Punch sector, where the Indian Army tried to attack a launching pad in which 2 Pakistani soldiers were killed, and that was a kind of a signal which was given to Pakistan. But now, after the Pahalgam terror attack, the government of India as well as the Defense Ministry and the army has decided that they are going to target the main supply line of the terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, that is the launching pad. 75 launching pads are being told are on the line of control from where these terrorists infiltrate, and their supply line is coming. Number one. Number two is that army chief is currently coming in the Kashmir Valley. He is reaching in a while to Srinagar Corps headquarters. The northern commander as well as the GOC of 15 Corps, Chinar Corps, Srinagar will be with him, and they will be probably chalking out the final operation against these launching pads on ground in Srinagar and other LOCs areas. It is not now clear whether the army chief, because he is aware, he has already served in the Jammu and Kashmir, he is much aware about the all topography as well as the line of control here in the Kashmir Valley.
All right, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Ashraf, getting us up to speed with those details. Even as we stay with these pictures, in fact, of the victims or the family members of the terror attack at this point in time, Ashraf telling us about the forces zeroing down on launch pads at the PoK. The army, meanwhile, has briefed the Defense Minister, is what we know.